Hello, everyone, and welcome back to DSP versus the Internet, episode 68. And basically, in this final part, what I actually wanted to do was look at the videos remaining and pick some of the ones that I'm more interested in watching. So let's do that. Let's actually do this one. I tested one-star celebrity chef restaurants, and then I'll pick one or two other videos. Let's see here.
Celebrity chefs are known for making the most delicious.
You know who this is? This is the same guy that we've seen his videos before, where he traveled around doing stuff. So he's going to do this. This is going to be neat, I think.
On the planet.
Let's actually go to a restaurant. Here we go. Guy Fieri.
4 celebrity chef restaurants. But honestly, I think Guy Fieri might be the coolest celebrity chef of them all. He's most
Flavor
famous for his
Town.
show Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. And the crazy part is, Guy Fieri is known more as a TV personality
That's right.
than as an actual chef. Yet somehow, he owns over 90 restaurants worldwide.
Wow.
Hopefully this restaurant doesn't let me down. When I made the reservation, I booked an experience called Guy's MVP Retreat. It lets me dine in an area with giant TVs and a very comfortable couch.
Honestly, these seats are so comfy, I could probably nap on them. I could literally go to sleep.
This was a very cool restaurant. It was decked out with all things Guy Fieri, which includes a giant Welcome to Flavortown sign.
What's funny is I never heard about this before, and you're like, you would totally think this would be in my area. Like in Seattle, they have all kinds of shit like this, but I've never heard of one of these, so I wonder where this actually is.
Bunch of his merch, his shows were playing on the giant TVs, and there was even this giant LED Guy Fieri head.
Oh my
Which
god.
is pretty cool. And so far, everyone on the waitstaff, super nice.
Now, even though I'm having a fantastic time so far, I can't let that distract me from why I'm really here. I have some reviews to investigate. Like this one from Rick. He claims that the restaurant's dirty and there's cockroaches behind the bar. I really hope this one's not true.
So the game plan is I'm going to order and then go check out Rick's review. The bar is literally right next to me, so it shouldn't be too hard to investigate.
I looked over the menu and noticed that things were definitely pretty expensive.
Oh, $59 for a fucking steak?
Right there. I ordered mac and cheese along with one of Guy Fieri's signature burgers. There's a lot of bad reviews about both of these items.
Wow.
More on that in a bit.
Oh, I wanted to read it. Went away.
It's
Fuck.
time to look for some roaches. I made my way over to the bar and immediately started scanning every last inch of it.
I'm officially by the bar, and after a little bit of looking around, honestly, pretty clean. I'm not seeing any cockroaches anywhere.
Oh, that is pretty
Looking
clean.
good.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, good, how are you?
Good.
You got a clean bar.
Thank you, appreciate that.
And with that, the first review is busted. On to review number 2. Wade claims the restaurant messes up orders. Apparently, he ordered a mac and cheese, and they brought him a cheeseburger. Also, I'm pretty sure this happened to him twice.
Whoa. Thank you so much.
Well, that review's busted. That is a mac and cheese, and it looks gas. Bro,
Whoa.
look at that cheese. But despite how good it looks,
Will the food at a celebrity chef restaurant actually be tasty? Only one way to find out.
Eat it.
That is so cheesy, and I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good.
I also ordered Guy's a crispy cheeseburger, which comes with a crispy cheese skirt, Guy's a signature donkey sauce, lettuce, onions,
Donkey
tomatoes,
sauce.
and lastly, pickles. I hate pickles. Which brings me to Mina's review. She claims she asked for no pickles or onions on her burger, but she still got them. So obviously, I had to do the same. There better be no pickles.
This is a serious investigation. I really don't like pickles. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan is a happy boy. There are no pickles. You know? Pretty good.
Now,
Look
during
at the
my
fries.
meal, if you were
Damn,
paying
they're
attention,
huge.
You probably noticed me nervously looking around a few times. That's because of this last review from Greg. I have so many questions. Is Guy Fieri here right now? Why did he rob somebody? And is
So basically, he's going to say that was bullshit and the food was good, right? Okay. What's the next one?
Burgers owned by
Bobby Flay's Burgers.
Bobby Flay. Now, the crazy thing about this restaurant in specific, though, is it is the only celebrity chef restaurant that I could find with more one-star reviews than any other type of
And all
Wow.
of these reviews are very concerning. I'm talking angry cashiers, overly greasy burgers, and apparently the food gave someone a chemical burn? Bro,
What?
What?
I'm not sure what Bobby Flay's doing, but these reviews are not nice. But
I mean, here's the thing. Take a look at it. As you can see, this place looks like a fast food in like a mall. And I've seen them like this. Like if you go to Vegas and you go to a casino, sometimes they'll have like a big like fast food area, and it'll actually have like a gourmet restaurant from a celebrity or a high-end restaurant, but it's just like fast food. And they charge you like tons of money for the food too. Because you're in a casino, you'll pay premium for this food. because you're in a casino, you think it's better than fast food. In reality, it's not. This looks like it's fast food to me. This doesn't look like gourmet Bobby Flay burgers, you know?
There's only one way to find out if they're true. Time to get me a burger.
I made my way up to the cashier so I could see the menu. And the first thing I noticed, $15.49 for a burger?
Yep.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
Hello. What kind of burger was on the screen?
Just a crunch burger.
Just a crunch burger? Okay, cool. Can I get that? Awesome. Thank
That
you.
looks
Appreciate it.
terrible. It's just a burger with fucking potato chips on it. That looks stupid. Who the hell wants that?
So I just got my food. I did ask the cashier what burger was on the screen, and she told me it was a crunch burger, so that's what I got. She did not get angry at me, though, so that's good. Now for the main event. How are the burgers?
According to the Food Network, Bobby Flay is the king of burgers, so I'm expecting very good things. But my boy Richard over here claims the burgers are overly greasy and will fall apart. That doesn't sound appetizing.
Huh.
Okay. Upon initial review, the bottom of this bun, very greasy. Can you see the shine on my hand? It's shiny. It is a very greasy burger.
It looks like Richard was telling the truth. I'll give Bobby some points since the burger didn't fall apart. But this next review is the scariest of them all. Gabriel claims the burger was so salty, it gave him a literal chemical burn on the roof of his mouth. He said he couldn't eat anything for 4 days after.
I still have more places to eat at after this. I do not want a chemical burn on my mouth. Okay, I promise I'm not exaggerating. That was the saltiest burger I've had in my entire life. That was
Wow.
straight up, like, not good. I don't even think I could finish this burger.
I did try
Wow.
to give it one more shot since I have a very vivid memory of watching Bobby Flay make this exact burger on TV when I was younger. And at
Yeah,
the
look.
time, it looked good.
No.
This is probably the worst burger I've had in my life.
Wow.
Unfortunately, most of the bad reviews here were true.
Not a fan.
Well, there you go. And again, why? Because it's fast food. That wasn't a gourmet restaurant like the Guy Fieri restaurant. That was a fast food version at like a Vegas casino or whatever. So it's shit. Totally makes sense. Okay. Oh, what's this one? Martha Stewart? Martha Stewart has a restaurant?
Update. I never got seated.
It says she made reservations and they ignored her. They ignored them.
I have a reservation under Dylan. Awesome, thank you. This restaurant's pretty fancy. Awesome, thank you very much. The good news is I didn't have to wait at all, and I got seated immediately. So, that's a win, Martha.
I did a bit of research before coming here, and this restaurant's pretty interesting. The Bedford was actually built in 2022, and it's based on Martha's farmhouse in New York. It features French-inspired cuisine, which I actually found a little odd. I'm pretty sure she's most known for making pies.
I know.
Tastes very good. So a few things I've noticed after looking at the menu. The prices at this place, steep. The jumbo shrimp
Oh my
cocktails
God.
are $34.95.
Which actually leads me to the next review. My boy Daniel claims the jumbo shrimp cocktail was one of the worst shrimp cocktails he's ever had. It
Wow.
was dry, frozen, and a scam.
If Daniel's review is true, and I paid $35 for frozen shrimp cocktails, I'm going to be very upset. I trust Martha. I'm a fan.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
The shrimp cocktail has been acquired. There are only 5 shrimp, which means I paid math. $7 a shrimp. Wait, was this? How much was this? Okay, this was $35. I paid $7 a shrimp. I hope these are the best shrimp I've eaten in my life. I took a big bite. Honestly, not terrible. I don't know how to tell if the shrimp was frozen or not, but I'm not sure if it's worth $7 a shrimp. That seems very steep.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if it's just me, but does this shrimp look dirty to anyone else? Can't
Yes.
believe I paid $7 for that.
They didn't clean it properly. It shouldn't have any of those black spots on it whatsoever. Anything you see like that, it's either pollutants or it's the poop line. The poop line goes across the back of the shrimp, and those could be pieces of the poop line they didn't remove, so you're eating shrimp poops. Isn't that nice? They didn't even fucking clean the $7 shrimp.
For my entree, I ordered Martha's roasted chicken, which was supposed to be a juicy, organic chicken stuffed with herbed breadcrumbs. Very fancy.
I don't even know how to cut this. I didn't realize that was 2 pieces. This piece right here, it looks the juiciest. All right, I'll have a piece of chicken, dip it in some sauce. Bro, straight up, the chicken's just dry. Like, I don't even know what to say. I can't tell if I'm being biased because everything is so expensive. Honestly, the taste isn't bad, but it's not worth $60.
Yeah.
This plate was $60. Martha, Martha, Martha. I am so disappointed right now.
The entire dinner ended up costing
Wow.
$159.04, and that's not even including the tip. Very
Wow.
disappointing since I love Martha.
I really wanted this to be better.
And I'm now beginning to understand why people say restaurants like this are not worth it.
Yep. Complete ripoff. The food wasn't even great. All right, what's the last one? About to find out.
And had to use the chef's weapon. They attached a picture of this little pitchfork, and when you zoom in, it actually looks like they used it to eat. I was led to my table after a few minutes, and it turns out
I have utensils.
That's Gordon
Look,
Ramsay.
those are full.
Hell's Kitchen.
So I just got seated, and we are off to a very good start. I kind of want to ask for one of those little pitchforks, though, just because they're cute, and I want to keep it as a souvenir. So according to Alex, there was a hair in his salad, so I'm getting the Caesar salad. Oh my God, bro. Wait, what? It's
$21.
This better be the best Caesar salad I've had in my life. I still feel ripped off from Martha.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
That doesn't look. Oh my God, it's so bad.
Awesome. Thank
Yo,
you.
look
I've
at
seen
that.
clips of Gordon on TV freaking out when there's hair in the food.
Oh, God.
So if it happens at his own
Look at that. Dude, it's a head of lettuce. It's a few croutons. It's a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese and maybe some pepper. That's $21. Do you know how much that cost him to make? $2. That's a $2 salad. You could get that at any restaurant.
restaurant,
That's
that
insane.
would be a big no-no. I dug around the Caesar salad, turned
That's
over
insane,
every
dude.
single piece of lettuce, and ate a few croutons.
So I've consumed a majority of my salad, and I can confirm there is no hair in my Caesar salad.
It looks like Chef Ramsay is off to a very good start, but he's not in the clear yet. This next review is wild. It's from Roger P, and he says, "The food was too saucy. The steak was like soup. Bad cook on the steak too. I think Ramsay sucks. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. One. Daddy Fetty over idiot sandwich Ramsay. Brap." I don't know what that was.
I see my steak. It's arriving.
I ordered a 14-ounce dry-aged New York strip.
Oh my
medium
God.
rare. It comes with shishito peppers and a red wine demi-glace.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. The sauce looks pretty normal. If anything, there might not be enough sauce.
Yeah.
A steak with shishito peppers is a little odd though, but whatever.
Now, will this steak actually be medium rare?
Mr. Gordon, you are off to a great start.
Yeah, that's
Steak
about
is
medium
looking
rare.
good.
Maybe a little over, but it's close.
Bro, that's so good.
I finished up and got the bill. Turns out, all of the bad reviews at Hell's Kitchen were false. Yes, little pitchforks. Yes.
All right, there you go. So out of all of them, Martha Stewart and Bobby Flay. I mean, the Bobby Flay restaurant really was just a fast food restaurant that sucked. It wasn't like he went to a gourmet restaurant. It's stupid that he has his name on it. It really is. All right, I wanted to watch. Here, let's figure this one out. I doubt this guy really knows the secret to the algorithm, considering this guy we did this video 7 days ago, and this video only got him 47,000 views. I don't think he really hit the algorithm too hard. But let's see what he says here. Do this, and YouTube can't ignore you. Let's see.
66% of small channels think that the YouTube algorithm treats them unfairly. And that's concerning. So I found the guy who's basically in charge of all of this stuff at YouTube. And in this video, we're going to reveal 6 tips on how the algorithm actually works, so that it takes your channel from looking like this to something more like this. But first, we need to show you who this algorithm guy is. His name is Todd, and he is the products lead for the homepage and recommendations at YouTube, and has been working there for over a decade. He likely knows more about the YouTube algorithm than anyone else on the planet, and he's happy to share his thoughts with the public, which is fantastic. So in this video, he's going to share quite a lot of interesting stuff, like how you can use a simple title and thumbnail hack to revive any dead video, to new packaging strategies that can boost your click-through rate, and towards the end, he'll even share why click-through rate and watch time might not be as important as you might think. But first, we need to debunk that myth that many of you believe to be true. The YouTube algorithm isn't against you.
We don't have creator objectives in our recommendation system. Like, we're not trying to get creators to upload more often, serve one creator segment over another. It's creator agnostic. Give the viewers what they want, and by doing that, you create the most opportunities for creators and those creators compete fairly for those opportunities.
Except they don't, because the algorithm is promoting things that are considered on a trend or virally popular. So what ends up happening is you have people going to the lowest common denominator of scams, deceit, harmful content, and that's what gets pushed to the forefront of YouTube. Why is it that everyone who makes toxic, hateful content gets to the top, and people who are making the regular content get shoved under? That doesn't make any sense at all, right? Your algorithm is taking in basically, how can I say? You have humans making videos, correct? These are not, it's not a robot making the video, it's a human making a YouTube video, correct? There are some AI videos, but for the most part, it's humans making videos. Therefore, if you're creating an algorithm, it has to have human factors and judgments laid into it. It can't just be, oh, we're agnostic, we don't care. No, that's actually wrong, because that's not humanity. In humanity, you'll always have people trying to find ways to get ahead, even though it could be incredibly harmful to others. It could be deceptive and lying and cheating. That's how humans are. So to have an algorithm that's agnostic doesn't fucking work. You idiot. That guy, the moment that guy said to me, if I was interviewing him, I'd be like, do you have no fucking level of intelligence in your head? Do you not understand that humans aren't agnostic towards each other? That they literally step on each other to get ahead constantly? So why would you have an algorithm that's agnostic that everyone can game? You fucking buffoon. I mean, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard what that guy just said. Literally, that guy is a dunce. The guy who in charge of the algorithm is a dunce. He thinks having an agnostic algorithm works. No, it doesn't. You have to adjust for human input, for human deception, for all these fucked up things that humans do to get ahead. What a moron. And this is the guy in charge of YouTube's algorithms. Gee, I wonder why the same people are always on the front page, why the most harmful content is on top. That's why. Because the people who run YouTube are fucking idiots.
This means that the YouTube algorithm doesn't have any preconceived agenda that is for or against small channels or big channels. What it cares much more about is whether the video satisfies an audience, the viewer. So this is good news for small channels. It does mean that you can compete with large channels.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't at all. It means you can't compete with large channels. That's what it means. Because it's agnostic and the large channels are already big and they're already using the tactics to stay on top. It means the small channel will never be recognized. That's what it means by being agnostic in an algorithm. It's awful. It shouldn't be like that at all.
On YouTube. And that's why you as a viewer will often see on your homepage a video that has only a couple of hundred views that was released a couple of days ago from a small channel. So let's move on to the more relevant question. How can you make sure that your videos satisfy the viewers more than your competition? Well, Todd did share one tip that not enough creators are taking advantage of.
In terms of seeing what does well, I highly recommend that creators spend some time in the audience tab where they can find other videos their audience is watching this week. They don't.
Yeah, but the problem is a lot of people watch detractor shit. So when I look at that, it just says, oh, detractor videos. So it doesn't help me at all. I don't care about detractor content. I don't want to look at detractor content, right? Why does the algorithm favor it? Because your algorithm is agnostic. If your algorithm was smart, it would say, wait a minute, there's all these toxic defamatory videos. We don't want those factored in. We want positive content that ads should be running on, that are promoting good behavior by humans. Not, oh, just money-making behaviors. That's why the algorithm doesn't fucking work. That's why YouTube is toxic.
I have to just look at like what Mr. Beast is doing because
I'm not kidding. If I look at that, it just shows me all detractor content. That's all it says. Because who's jumping into my content watching it like that? The detractors. Oh, they come over, they flood the stream, and they fucking say negative shit in the chat and dumb shit. I can't find out what my actual positive viewers want because their algorithm doesn't fucking work. So, 2 things this guy who's in charge of the algorithm has said so far that actually are completely fucked up. Okay? Title and thumbnail. Let's find this out.
And if so, how? And the answer lies in the packaging, the title and the thumbnail.
one question that creators often ask, if they change a thumbnail or update the title, does that trigger the algorithm to kind of test the video more? The answer is that we don't. And part of that is because if you could get kind of favorable treatment just by swapping some metadata, creators would just do that all the time so they could just get as much as they could. But the other reason is we actually found that we don't need to. If the thumbnail or title change actually has a difference, we've seen that pick up within like seconds of the change happening. When you see those jumps coming from a change of a title or thumbnail, those are all coming from audience reactions, and there's no...
So basically, the algorithm is also lazy. It doesn't ever reevaluate anything. It gives you one shot to be evaluated, and then after that, it just leaves you alone forever. So either your video immediately gets noticed or will never get noticed ever again, unless it's already from your existing audience. So that's 3 things that are awful about this stuff. I mean, this is... everything he said is awful. 3 bad things in a row. Can we continue? Can he get worse? Let's find out what's the next one. 3 awful things from this fucking guy who's in charge of the algorithm.
As well. But what Todd talks about next takes packaging to a whole new level, because it's no longer enough just to think about the title and the thumbnail. There's now a 3rd factor to think about that could increase or decrease that initial click.
Now we're in a world where on mobile, the thumbnail only shows for like half a second to a second while you're scrolling on the homepage. And then we found that people really liked being able to just like see what the video is about. Now the person's decision is based in large part on what they deliver in the intro and what they deliver in the intro when there's no sound. And how much time do you think most creators are looking at that through the eyes of the viewer?
My God, that's useful. Okay, that's completely 100% useful. I agree. If you preview the video by having it like move to a certain way on the app, it'll start auto playing but with no sound, so you'll see the intro of the video. All right, that one's useful. Of course, for me, like gameplay, how can I make that better? I can't. There's nothing I can really do there. For other styles of video, maybe, perhaps. I'm not sure. I don't know what I could really do to make the intro of my video more appealable. Like, to me, that makes sense for like someone who's doing a review or something, show something catchy at the very beginning, or someone like me who's doing a podcast show or doing a gameplay video. There's nothing I can really change about the early part of my video to make more attractive. So that, sadly, even though that one actually is helpful, it doesn't really help me because my content's a little different.
Now, getting people to click is just half of the algorithm story. If you want to get truly noticed, then Todd suggests this.
We want to enable creators to deliver great value to audiences. And the way that they do that is by doing 2 things: getting the users to click and getting them to watch the video. There is a danger by focusing too much on solely clicks that creators could create thumbnails that attract audiences that are not actually interested in watching the whole video and abandon the video early. And that's not good for the creator, it's not good for the viewer, it's not good for YouTube. And so we want to focus creators on delivering the entire value.
So yes, it is possible to have a phenomenal click-through rate and still have your video perform terribly. The algorithm...
And the sad fact is, with gameplay like I do, I never get a high percentile. Why? A lot of people, when they watch a gameplay video, they'll click play, they'll see what the beginning is, and if it interests them, great, and if not, they always fast forward. They're always fast forwarding to the part of the gameplay video that they like. When I used to make shorter gameplay videos, my actual watch time and engagement rate was better because it's a shorter video. So you have a higher chance to just watch the 10-minute video than if you have a 30-minute gameplay video and you're going to probably fast forward more. So actually, when I increased the length of my videos, which is what my viewers wanted, it actually hurt my channel. It hurt the channel because now people are more apt to just fast forward through, and that kills that engagement rate. You know, and there's nothing I can do about that. What I would say is, for the podcast, at least with the podcast, we're getting timestamps on the podcast in the morning. And even this video too, like usually these React videos, I get timestamps in the description. So at least people can skip to the part they want to watch and then listen, which is great. But with gameplay, there's not much you can really do. Again, these algorithms were not designed in mind for everyone. The things he's describing in the algorithm work for certain types of videos, but not for all types of videos. They made an algorithm that literally, because it's automated, because there's no human attachment to it or human factors to it, it can be gamed, it can be abused, it can be used to get what makes you popular. And anyone who genuinely isn't trying to game the system and just wants to put out content, that they feel is useful or valid or positive, they get shoved right under the rug. This is a gameable system because the people who run it don't fucking have a brain in their head thinking business. They just think, oh, tech know-how, tech know-how. It's being street smart versus being book smart. The people who work at YouTube are incredibly book smart and have no fucking street smarts whatsoever. They don't know what it's actually like to be out there as a YouTuber trying to make a living because they don't actually talk to the right fucking people. They just sit there in their offices coding all day and tossing out changes on the site. They don't talk to anyone who gets affected by their changes. So then everything gets fucked up.
Do this more effectively later on in this video. But before I do that, you need to hear this from Todd first, because it may change the way you make videos forever.
These are things that are useful for predicting whether somebody's going to watch or how long they're going to watch. So like, did they subscribe to the channel? How much have they watched from that channel? How long has it been since they subscribed to the channel? Because we found that just knowing that they're subscribed doesn't tell the whole story. If you subscribe to a channel 8 years ago and haven't watched anything in the past year, that tells us something different than if you just subscribed yesterday.
I think what Todd is basically saying here is that the connection between the viewer and content is not binary. It's not on or off, subscribed or unsubscribed. It gets stronger, but it also gets weaker. And it might not necessarily be when a viewer subscribed to a channel, be it 5 years ago, a month ago, a week ago. And maybe, just maybe, for some viewers, their subscriptions mean nothing at all. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same about this, but I
mean, no shit. I mean, are you going to tell me that's not, like, common sense? Is that it? I guess that's it. Oh, don't just look. Let's look at the last one. Okay.
Having said all of this, we do need to caution on focusing on just one signal or one metric that determines the YouTube algorithm.
And that's why there's like literally hundreds of these different things that are considered. Yeah, I think a lot of people, when they get nervous about the algorithm, is that they're worried that just because one signal says something doesn't mean that they're no longer interested, or there's multiple angles on understanding the viewer's interests. And so we have lots of different paths that videos can spread.
This is a really important point that Todd is making. We often see comments from creators who boast about a 25% click-through rate or a 70% audience retention, but being puzzled about why the video doesn't get more views. Sadly, this is where metrics can be misleading because each one represents one part of a much bigger jigsaw. True, lots of people may have clicked on a thumbnail, but then nobody watched the video. On the other hand, audience retention might be really high, but it was a trending topic, or there just isn't a big audience for the topic. And of course, metrics can be very fluid. Click-through rate can go down as the video is shared out to a wider audience and more people click on it. Some of the most successful videos on YouTube have terrible click-through rate and low audience retention because it's being shared amongst such a massive audience. YouTube is testing it with everyone. I guess the point Todd is trying to make is that you shouldn't treat each metric within its own vacuum. With time and more videos, you'll get more data, and then you can start to identify patterns. But having said all of this, along with the thoughts of a YouTube expert, some of you still aren't convinced, are you? You're still convinced that the YouTube algorithm hates your...
No, it doesn't hate content. The problem is, again, as I said, the YouTube algorithm is a robot with absolutely no human component to it whatsoever. It doesn't factor in human behaviors. It doesn't understand that people have found ways to game it for advantage, and once those people game it, they stay on top. It doesn't factor in bad actors like toxic, harmful, defamatory, slanderous, mean-spirited, and essentially content that should not be monetized. It doesn't factor in any of those whatsoever. In fact, it basically capitalizes on those. It takes advantage of the bad parts of human nature to make money. So what you end up with is a site full of fakers, liars, cheats, swindlers, scumbags, and people who are just out to insult others, and they are the ones who are getting all of the attention, while anyone else who just wants to be nice and share a nice experience or a little bit of expertise about something gets shoved under the rug. You have the most toxic, awful people being promoted on YouTube, and no one stops it because you made a robot judge the whole site. You're a moron. This guy who's in charge of the YouTube algorithm is a moron. He literally didn't program in any level of morality or intelligence into the algorithm. He just had a fucking automated system go and do whatever it wants. And what made you think that was going to work on a site with human input? This is a human-based site. It's not a robot-based site. Oh my God. Anyway. That is it for DSP versus the internet this week, folks. I hope that you enjoyed. I really do. I hope that you will continue to submit great clips. Good variety of clips this week, I would say. And I actually think that picking these clips in the last part worked better. I liked doing that. Maybe I'll do that every week. Maybe the final part, I'll just pick clips that are more appealing to me. But yeah, I had a great time. I hope you did too. I want to say thanks to those who watched and attended live, but also those who supported the stream. If you watch this on demand after the fact, thank you. Consider becoming a member today, and you could be one of the people to submit clips. You see, we had a good variety of clips this week, and I really appreciated that. Okay? Everyone, thank you. I'll see you next week. By the way, next week, it will be the same time as usual on Sunday, not on Monday like we did today. All right? Thanks, guys. See you next time.